Today we are going to deal with properties of exponents. Okay, there are a lot of properties of exponents. Matter of fact, right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, the first one is multiplying 2 with the same base. When you do that, they add together. Okay, so if I had 2 squared times 2 to the 5th, it would be 2 plus 5, and then it would be 2 to the 7th, which is 128. Okay, right here, this is multiplying 2 exponents. Okay, and it says a to the m times n, or a to the mn, and so essentially what you do is you multiply these. And so 2 times 5 is 10, so you get 2 to the 10th power, which is 1,024. Okay, a times b to the m, so this is when you have 2 multiplying by a exponent. So what happens is you multiply them both by that exponent. Okay, so if I had 2 to the x to the 3rd power, it'd be 2 to the 3rd power and x to the 3rd power, which is 8x to the 3rd. Okay, a to the negative m. Okay, anything to the negative power goes to the bottom, and you can write it over 1. So 1 to the a over m, 1 to the a over m. So if I had 2 to the negative 2, that would be 1 over 2 squared, or 1/4. A to the 0, anything to the 0 power is 1, so 2 to the 0 is 1, 5 to the 0 is 1. 100,000 million to the 0 is 1. Okay? And then say I have a to the m over a to the n. Well, if I have this, just like multiplication is addition, we added them. Okay? Now, okay, we are going to subtract them if it's divide. So, again, our rules have not changed at all. That multiplication and division are usually difference of each other, and so this time the division is the difference. So if I have 2 to the 5th over 2 to the 3rd, that'd be 2 to the 5 minus 3, or 2 squared, which is 4. If I have a over b, all to a power, and then I end up with a to the m over b to the m. This is really no different than right here. Okay? That is really no different. So it doesn't matter that it's division, okay? We still got to do top and bottom here. So it's 2, if I had 2 to the 3rd squared, it would be 2 squared over 3 squared, or 4 over 9, which does not reduce. All right, so let's do a couple of these. Again, we can reduce this right here. And when we reduce this, first I'm going to get rid of that power on the outside. I'm going to times each one. So 5 times negative 1, 8 times negative 1, and I'm going to get 11 to the negative 5th over 11 to the negative 8th. And we said that these minus, so this is actually 11 minus 5 minus a negative 8. And so what I end up with is negative 5 plus 8, which is 11 to the 3rd power. And 11 to the 3rd power is 1,331. Okay, so 2 to the 9th would be 2 to the 3rd over 9 to the 3rd. So that's 8 over 729, which then is not reducible, so actually this is your answer. Okay, so then we have this one, and then again they multiply. So this one is 4 to the 2 times 3, or 4 to the 6. And 4 to the 6th power equals 4,096. Down here, okay, again we've got to get rid of exponents first. So this is actually negative 8 to the 1st, because times negative 8 to the 3rd, because 3 times 1 would be to the 3rd. Then we can add these together, so essentially we have negative 8 to the 4th power, which equals 4,096. now we're going to use scientific notation in real life. A swarm of locusts may contain as many as 85 million locusts per square kilometer and cover an area of 1,200 square kilometers. About how many locusts are in such a swarm? And this is both of those written in scientific notation. 8.5 times 10 to the 7th is 85 million. 1.2 times 10 to the 3rd is your 1,200. Okay? Then we just multiply these two and we multiply these two in scientific notation. When we multiply 8.5 and that, we get 10.2. And then times, and then it'll be 10 to the 10th. And then one last thing, this isn't in scientific notation over here, so we need to add one more to 10. So it'll be 10 to the 11th. Locusts in a swarm. Now we're going to simplify these. Okay, again, this was just addition on if they were all the same bases and we were adding them and we were multiplying them. So it'd be negative 4 plus 6 plus 7, which is 2 plus 7, which is b to the 9th. Okay, again we multiply here, so it'd be r to the negative 2 times negative 3 over s to the 3 times negative 3. And we end up with r to the 6th over s to the negative 9th. Now there can't be a negative on the bottom, just like there can't be a negative on the top. So with this negative on the bottom, okay, we're going to bring that to the top because really, if it's a negative on the bottom, it goes on the top. If it's a negative on the top, it goes on the bottom. So right now we have r to the 6th, s to the 9th. Okay. Same thing on this last one, okay? Now we have 16 m to the 4th, n to the negative 5th, over 2 to the n to the negative 5th. Well, these two reduce to 8, so 8 goes on top, okay? We have m to the 4th because nothing happens to it, and then we're going to get n to the negative 5 plus negative 5. And so essentially what we get is n to the 0, which is 1. And so 8 to the m to the 4th is our answer. Okay, we go over here. Again, these add. So we get x to the negative 6 plus 5 plus 3. End up with negative 1 plus 3, which is 2. Again, these multiply through. So you're going to end up with s to the 6th over t to the negative 8. Okay, again, negatives cannot be on bottom, so we're going to bring that to the top. And just like, we can't have negative exponents, essentially what the rule is. So if they're on the bottom, we bring them to the top. If they're on the top, we bring them to the bottom. So you get s to the 6th, t to the 8th. Okay, last one here. Again, we're multiplying here. 7 times 1 is 7. Okay, y squared times y to the negative 4th would be y plus negative 4. And z, and then 5 plus negative 1. And we end up with 7 y to the negative 2nd, z to the 4th. And so we've got to rewrite this as 7 z to the 4th over y to the 2nd. And that is our solution. 7z to the 4th over y squared. Okay, again, these add. So it's 3 plus 2, and I end up with 3 to the 5th. Okay, scientific notation. So we multiply 4.2 times 1.5, and we add 3 and 6. And we end up with 6.3 times 10 to the 9th. Okay, here again we add these, so it would be W 3 plus 6, X negative 2 minus 1, because I could put an addition sign there, but it's not going to matter, it's minus 1 there. So we end up with W to the 9th, X to the negative 3, which X can't be negative 3, so we got to write that on the bottom. So it's W to the 9th over, here we write that, W to the 9th over X to the 3. Okay, and this one says, write an expression for the figure of the area or volume of terms of X. So what's going to happen here is S equals side, A is our area, okay? So we're going to plug in that side, and that's going to be X over 3 squared, which we learned today just means that we multiply both top and bottom. We square both top and bottom, so it'll be X squared over 3 squared, okay? So now we're just going to multiply top and bottom, and we get X squared, square root 3, over, and then 4 times 9, which is 36. Nothing reduces there. That is in terms of X.